Hey everyone, it's Hex back here again with another Thomas and Friends related toy review after quite some time. And today I have the all-new Motorized Henry, which was recently released here in the UK this month in Smiths, and I brought him on home delivery and now here he is. This is an item that I've been pretty excited to review for quite some time because, Henry along with Edward, are kind of a big deal in All Engines Go in terms of like them showing up and not speaking at all. And Henry's just one of my favourite characters. Not in terms of like All Engines Go, but just like the whole Thomas franchise in general. So yeah, let's take a look at the new box. Now when I say new box, I mean this is just like the standard motorized packaging, the style that they've been using since 2020 with like this new blue style with like rivets and all that, and a greenish background of the countryside. And like I said, when I say new, I mean this thing right here. Now, the previous motorized packagings and just the 2020 packagings of Thomas in total didn't have this like little bar thing on the side. As you can see, it says motorized with a blue background with some gears and all that. And they recently updated this with a few others as well, like with push along, they have like a metal style bar that says the metal collection. And for the recent My First Thomas range that was revealed recently in the All Engines Go style, they have a yellow bar that says push along. So in terms of like when this was first revealed, like in the case of the push along, which was when this type of bar thing was first revealed, I kind of wasn't really much of a fan of it since I felt like it was just like a Hot Wheels thing. But over time I've gotten used to it really, and I don't really know how these new bars on the side of the packaging relating to the toys category, whenever it be motorized or push along or My First Thomas, will affect sales in terms of like making the toy and the packaging more eye-catching for consumers walking like through a toy shop and just looking at Thomas merch in general. I don't know, I've gotten like used to it, so we'll kind of see how it goes. And also for this area right here where it says ages 3 and up, it's now coloured in a darker blue. It was originally like this shade of blue like with the rest of the packaging, but now it's just like a darker blue, probably just another like eye-catching thing. And as we can see here, here's Henry himself in the packaging. That we'll take a look at that in a minute. Here's the back of the packaging. As you can see here, it's just all blah blah blah, just general stuff, but we have a nice promo of Henry right here. It's the same as on his on the front here. And we have this like little promotional thing right here where it says, look for our show with the All Engines Go logo. Probably just like a way to like promote the show. So like if they want like parents are buying the toys for the kids or like consumers, they can like say look for their show and probably like look for the show itself on Netflix or something. So with all that being said, let's take a look at Henry. And here he is out of the packaging, the all-new motorized All Engines Go Henry. Let's take a look at Henry himself first. So for those who have watched All Engines Go and have seen Henry in it, most of you will know that his rig in All Engines Go is modified from Gordon's. And this is the original motorized Gordon tooling, and which they changed some of the details to make it more like Henry, like adding his top feed right here and his square firebox and his one cab window. And for a while before both his motorized and push along toy came out, I kind of had my doubts that both Henry and Edward would get merch, but at the same time I kind of had some hope because, I don't know, they could have the possibility of changing the designs on Henry and Edward to from Gordon to make it more like the characters themselves. And here we are now with Henry himself. He has most of the details that you would expect on these new motorized All Engines Go toys, like you have like the wheel arches in the cab and the cab lining, and on the windows you have the boiler detail with and the firebox as well. You have like a moulded whistle and cab roof. And now I'm pretty sure that this is the part that most of you want to see, and it's the face. I don't know why. He looks so unhinged and deranged. I mean, I do appreciate that let me just bring Gordon over here. While I do appreciate that they decided to go with a different style of face for Henry to make him more unique from Gordon, but still, He looks so unhinged and deranged. And yeah, so this Gordon right here, this is the normal style of face that you would expect on like the motorized and push-along Gordon toys. Like, it just looks more natural looking. While for Henry right here, he's just like one crazy fella right here. Now with this face, I think I remember where this style of face, which is originally Gordon's, and where it came from, and I think it's from the game, the updated version of that Magical Tracks app from the that you can get from the App Store, and it's just like a promo with Thomas and Gordon jumping over like a volcano, like lava waterfall or something, and it's just like this face right here, but of course you'd expect something like, with Gordon, you have like the blue irises, like, but with Henry here, you just like have them green. So yeah, that's just wanted to say that's where the face originates from in terms of like it being like from Gordon and all that. And so that's all I have to say about the Henry engine in general. Just like its body design, it's just like a retooling of Gordon right here. And yeah, so pretty nice toy for like Henry, honestly. And I'm going to bring in a tender, which is just literally quite the same as like other characters like James and Gordon. It's just like pretty good detail. You have the coal load right here. You have the tender decals with the number 3. Yeah, and these little holes thing right here, just like in Gordon and James's tenders. Now I'm just going to go ahead and bring in the push along Henry right here, which I got around last year in 2023. And as I think you can see the obvious difference of the faces. This push along Henry face right here is just like the standard Gordon face, like you saw on the motorized one, but it's a lot more like they changed it up a little by changing the color of the eyes from blue to green and raising the eyebrows up a little. On the motorized one, it's just more unique, but still kind of unhinged. And yeah, so in terms of like of which kind of Henry I prefer, in terms of push along and motorized, I don't know, I just kind of like, I prefer the push along models more in terms of like being more like accurate to the show in terms of their proportions. Like, I'm not really that much of a fan of how short the Gordon and Henry's buffer beams are in the motorized range, while here it's just like the right size. I feel like many people have said this before, but a lot of us really weren't expecting to see Mattel step up their game in terms of making their all engines go toys more accurate to the show with a lot more detail going on, because it was like some sort of a wake-up call for them, honestly. So yeah, that's the push along Henry, and I added little details here and there, like the white on the running board. It's like that because in all engines go, it's Gordon's running board and Henry's running board. It just stays white right here, it just doesn't go for the rest of the running board. Well, I wouldn't really say that this is a bad toy interpretation of Henry in All Engines Go. I still mostly prefer like stuff like the push along Henry, which you've just seen, as well as like many other Henry toys out there that are based on the original series, like, you know, like Tommy Play Rail and Take Along and Wooden Railway and all that. But still, I'm pretty happy to have Henry in my collection. He's been a character in Motorized I've been wanting to collect quite a while, since he was first revealed. Yeah, stuff like the crazy face right here, just like Henry being one of my favourites in general, just made me want to get him. And just like with most of my other All Engines Go toys, I will be adding some like details to him here and there, like I'll do the buffers in black and I'll add a bit of silver to the wheels right here on the engine and the tender. And maybe what I could do with the push along Henry is that these smaller wheels right here, like at the front of the engine and the back of the tender, I could like get a spare push along Henry and just take off the smaller wheels right here. And on the motorized Henry engine, I could like place those wheels like over here where they're supposed to be like a smaller wheel, and at the back here as well. See right there where it's it's showing signs of a small wheel. Yeah, I could just like I said, I will take like a spare push along Henry and just carve the smaller wheels and just add them right there, just to like, you know, for more detail and accuracy. Honestly, I give this Henry let's say an 8 out of 10, because, you know, he's Henry and all that, and it's just like a pretty decent toy. Why not we see him running, eh?